Every December, the traditional favorite, A Christmas Carol, can be seen on stage and screen somewhere near you. But for 2016, Denver's Phamaly Theatre Company decided to do an adaptation of the Dickens tale, told from the point of view of the crippled boy, Tiny Tim Cratchit. In this version, Tim is the mastermind behind what happens to the miserly Ebenezer Scrooge. The story of empowerment is a perfect fit for Phamaly, which for years has been devoted to casting only performers with disabilities in its professional scale productions. It's an early rehearsal for Tiny Tim's Christmas Carol, a couple of weeks to go before opening night.
Bah humbug! It's Christmas time, so give us some money. Peace on earth, we want more money. Deck the halls with boughs of, oh, what's the matter with these people? All this fuss just because the calendar says it's the 24th day of December. Oh, please.
The cast started this night with a pre-rehearsal exercise of rating their individual mental and physical energy by how many spoons they've used for the day.
I'll start. I had a really good day, so I've only used a couple of my spoons, so I'm at about an 8.
Excellent.
I feel good.
Before I got here, I was at like a 4, because just people weren't being nice at school.
But when I got into like theater and I felt okay, I felt like a 9.5, 10.
So I'd say I'm about a 9.
Excellent.
A lot of times with depression and anxiety, you feel like you want to isolate yourself.
It's because of this company that I've made it through that period of time to get to this point. It's because of this family.
Yesterday I had a callback in which I was asked to dance in a room full of people who are really good dancers, and I can't right now.
Mentally, I feel I'm about an 8 or 9. Physically, maybe about a 5 or 6. But mentally, that really takes over.
Well, let's make this the best day we can have.
Like everybody else, once we start this, we feel better. Our hearts kind of grow.
In 27 years of producing mainstream shows performed by actors of various disabilities,
Quiet in the house, please.
the Phamaly Theatre Company has gained a reputation for normalizing the experience for audiences, expanding their thinking about limitations.
The thing I've heard the most and that I think I become most proud of with the company is when people say they forgot that the actors had disabilities.
Lead actress Jenna Bainbridge suffered a childhood spinal injury. She now acts professionally around the region.
I started with Phamaly 10 years ago, and I've been able to do things like Belle and Beauty and the Beast and Louisa and the Fantastics, and I got to do Daisy Hilton in Sideshow and Little Sally in Urinetown, and the list goes on and on. I've been very, very lucky with Phamaly.
People are just not accustomed in American theater to seeing disability on stage unless it's scripted. But usually if it's scripted, it's not played by somebody who has a disability. So there's a revolution occurring right now in terms of the thought process of, just in the same way that we don't put white actors in blackface to play Black or African American roles anymore. I think American theater is coming around to be aware of the fact that people with disabilities are represented in our society. 1 in 5 people have a disability, so why are they not represented on our stages too?
For this Christmas production, the actors each take on multiple roles to tell the classic Christmas Carol with a twist.
The joke of this one is that Scrooge is a bad person, so Tiny Tim, along with his friends, decides to play a trick on him.
I think I'm getting an idea, but we'll need some help. What kind of help? Well...
Puppets, handmade puppets in beautiful costumes.
And then we'd need someone to write a story who was really clever because she'd read so many books.
Books, don't be shy. I've got Homer and Chaucer and Shakespeare and Dickens.
And finally we'd need a marvelous actor, one who could spin a tale and, do lots and lots of different voices.
Pies for sale, get them while they're hot. There's best blooming pies in the whole wide world. Fresh as a meadow, tasty as a clam. Or as my darling mother used to say, why, Simon, there's nobody in London that makes pies like you.
Let's try it! All right, friends, gather round. We have a prophecy
proposition to make.
What?
Oh, good.
Do what? Do what?
We scare Scrooge.
Scare Scrooge? Well, how do we do it? He tried to cheat me once.
And me.
And me. Well, how do we do it?
Costumes.
And lights.
And sounds.
And stories.
Phamaly will do one performance of Tiny Tim slightly differently to make it more comfortable for children and others who are especially sensitive to certain stimuli. They call it a sensory-friendly performance.
What it essentially entails is that we bring the lights down a little bit. You know, if there are any loud noises in the show, we either cut those or we modify them. We give people a little bit more of an expectation of what they're going to see and what the different sensory, stimulants are going to be. We also, we allow people to get up and move around if they need to move or just kind of activate their bodies in order to process what's going on.
That's okay.
For the future, Regan Linton says she wants to push the boundaries of what the company can do even further as they approach their 4th decade, and to build more opportunities for these actors to get outside roles in so-called mainstream theater productions.
As a professional actor, when I've auditioned for roles that don't call for a wheelchair or a disability, sometimes there's that head scratching of like, well, how do we make this work? And it's like, well, just do it. Just try it. You're going to see that, like, after a few minutes on stage, you don't pay attention to it. You don't always have to explain it.
It'll cost 2 crowns, so I'm giving you 4, and you keep the rest.
Oh, yes, sir.
You can see Tiny Tim's Christmas Carol at the King Center on the Auraria campus through December 18th. Go to phamaly.org for ticket information.